Welcome to Penn Manor League of Legends. I'm Scott Herzog, and I'll be one of your shoutcasters today. Joining me in a little bit will be Owen Miller, who will be joining us in here to talk about Penn Manor's match against Bangor High School. This will be the last match for a little bit, as we're on hiatus at least next week, and we will find out what happens as far as the tournament goes as well. But looking forward to this match, especially after the fine match that we saw last week. So really excited about that. Bangor High School, it'll be the first time that Penn Manor is facing off against them, and we're going to see how things all transpire here as we get into our first League of Legends match. So Owen joining us right now. Looking forward to this match against Bangor High School, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna see what happens and what transpires with that. We're waiting for them to, I believe, get in. I believe it looks like they're all in. So this game probably is going to start, I imagine, pretty quickly here. But real excited. The reason we're not going to be recording next week is because we're off because of the coronavirus for a week, at least a week, and school districts all around Pennsylvania are kind of just shutting down for the week. So we literally are probably the last people that are going to be at school today, and then next week, voila, no students. We could do it from home, but you don't have a computer at home, do you? That can actually do it. So you'll probably be in the second match, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. It looks like everyone's good to go. And so the match is, we're going to soon see into the draft match, and we'll see how it all goes. You know, I'm looking back at last match. One of the things that was so dang impressive about the last match was the way you guys kind of flowed together as a team, especially after about the first 10 minutes. It was like watching this hive of like gnats just swarm over the map. Isn't that a good description of it?
Yeah, that is a good description.
Yeah, this whole school, and you're like, I'm foul.
It's more like we were swimming on the minnows and we were the sharks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like scattering.
That is true. We were kind of that. So we are into the band phase, and it looks like coming up right here we have Nasus's band on the Penn Manor side. What? Nasus?
It's Nasus.
Nasus. Nasus. I'm gonna mispronounce every name. I'm just kidding. So here is Lux. I'm just kidding. Lux is banned from their side. That's not a character that we see a lot here. Caitlyn banned from our side. I hate Caitlyn.
I don't even know if she does.
Well, she has this nasty stun. That just is. I like if she's not banned, I ban her, or I ban Ashe because I don't like Ashe either. I like playing Ashe. I don't like playing against Ashe.
People just don't like how she like traps.
Oh, exactly.
And then,
Lucian, we don't see anyone on our team playing Lucian a whole lot, do we?
No, I think somebody's only played her like once.
Yeah, hey, look, Morgana was banned on our side. That's a good ban.
Yeah. Did we ban her last time?
We might have. I'm trying to debate. Maybe the first game. I think the second game there was a Morgana running around the map on the other team.
Yeah, I think there was. We didn't ban her.
Yeah, we didn't ban her the last time. And who's banned here? Sejuani. Does anyone play Sejuani? I don't think.
I feel like somebody does, but I don't think it's in this.
In this meta. Look, so Misfortune, and that's going to be probably Jerry L. I'm guessing is going to be playing Misfortune. Typically does. We have Set down here picked as well, it's hard to know where Set is. Bot lane, maybe?
I feel like Set goes a bit top lane.
Oh, so maybe a top lane, yep.
We got to see the other picks really prove it.
Yeah, it's hard to know. Right now, this is the order, but people pick characters out of sequence and then shift them around later on, so. But, yeah.
What does he do again? I forget.
Probably nothing good. Oh, Trundle. He was playing Trundle the other day as a jungler.
Yeah,
He likes it.
Trundle. I like him playing Trundle. I be on top lane, he comes up, and then we smash. Oh, they're playing Ari.
Yeah. I guess Ari's okay. Now we're back in the ban phase, right? So let's see who we're banning here. Where do we typically see Ari at?
Ari goes to mid lane.
Mid lane.
Support, I think.
Right.
All
right. So we have Mordekaiser. Well, we don't play Mordekaiser, do we? We typically ban Mordekaiser. That's good. Thresh is bad.
I don't like him.
Oh, so if you're a character you don't want to play against, that's one of them. That's one of them there. All right, Thresh is banned, and I guess ideally we would have researched and known what characters these people typically pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just kind of ban what you view as their strengths. Their last ban is Lulu, which is that actually one that Ash plays, or is it Annie that Ash plays?
I think it's one that she plays.
Yeah, so we'll see. She can revolve around most stuff. She's been playing for quite some time, but
It's interesting.
all right. So who do we ban here? Oh,
Nautilus.
Nautilus.
Yeah. What's he
All
do?
right.
Does he have like
He-
a grapple move?
Yeah, a little bit like Thresh. So I know there's no one banned out here. We look. They picked the Ash. Now let's see what Akiro's going to pick here. Although this might be Akiro's. Aurelia. And coming down to our last two picks as we get ready, Annie's picked. I kind of expected her to pick Annie. Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, see, I thought Austin was playing Nico, but I didn't think that through. So.
Yeah. So very good. So here we're waiting on the loadout. And then as there is in most matches, there will be a 3-minute delay before we actually get into the game. So looking at this matchup, is there anything that like sticks out to you, that stands out to you, that if you were playing that you would personally be concerned about?
Definitely some just I can't name it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just some seems a little bit weird about the enemy team. Not in a weird way, like in a good way.
Right.
Like as though they're like selection, you know?
Yeah, it seems a little bit random, but who knows? It's hard because we've been seeing people play with these characters all season. This is a team we haven't faced, and maybe they have a composition that works for them.
Yeah. Now, I don't really remember what most of the characters on the enemy team do.
Well,
But
so
I know what Ari and Ash do.
yeah, so
They
those
both
are the
have
ones. And
stun
Sona, I
moves.
know. I played against Sona too.
Does she have a move that's able to stun?
She's support, definitely healing. You know what? We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
We will
We'll
find
have to
out.
see.
Yep.
Either way, I hope both teams do very well.
Yep. So here's kudos to Bangor High School, and hopefully they do well as well, and hopefully you guys have school next week. Well, here's the thing. While I enjoy having off school, I also don't like the idea that we don't have school for a week.
Yeah.
So, and especially not under the conditions. But,
Yeah.
but so what are you going to do in your week off?
I was just told, so I don't really know. To be honest.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Maybe I'll play some League of Legends.
We're always on when you're sick.
That's what I was. I was like 24/7 when I was sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So just again, for those of you tuning in, we're playing League of Legends. This is, of course, our map. And the way the map's divided, this is called Summoner's Rift. And this red little crystal you see, and there's a blue one that's kind of hidden here at either end. And the objective is to take them down. But it's not as easy as that.
No.
No, if it was just that easy, they would like rush the base and first person down there to knock it down. Great.
Yeah.
There are actually numerous towers that are dotting each of these paths, and not only that, there's minions, small little creatures come up that are pushing forward as well, and you're also battling the enemy team, and all those play in. And so typically you have what's called a top laner, which is what you have right here. You have a mid laner, and then you have a bot laner, and the bot laner works with a support person. And then you have a jungler, and this person's roaming around the woods trying to level up and catch people out. Yeah, and harass people, really.
Usually they try to harass top lane.
Yeah, so top lane, yeah, they harass you. And then up here, these little divots here, here we have dragons that spawns. Killing these dragons give you a certain amount of buff. Up here we have something called the Rift Herald and the Baron. The Rift Herald gives you a creature that could knock towers down almost to half health.
Yeah.
So if you have a tower partially damaged, you can knock it down the rest of the way, and you get gold from that. And so that's cool. And then the Baron just gives a uber buff that happens later on in the game.
Oh, yeah.
And so you'll hear us talking about these things as we go along. And is there any role, as we're talking here, that you don't like to play?
Yeah, I haven't really had a chance to play the rest of the rules.
Yeah, so you're playing mid and top, right, mostly?
Yeah.
And we played bot together the one time.
Yeah.
I think
I
jungler.
can play bot, just I've never really played jungle.
Yeah, jungle's probably the one that is my least favorite. Some people love it.
It's just that I've never played it.
Yeah, well, for me, I'm kind of like it's my Achilles heel, so to say, when you talk about that. So I typically don't do jungler, but that's all right. So here we are. Let's go ahead. We're heading into the game here, and let's see kind of where we're at. All right. Let's see levels here of creatures. So these are us, right? The top. And you'll see that they do have a pretty strong Kha'Zix level here. And Ari obviously has had some playing time.
Yeah.
But I would say, I'd say they're pretty evenly matched. This is the wild card, this Kha'Zix guy, right?
That
So
Ari though. That yeah.
yes, but it's only a level 4 with 1,300 points. I don't know how concerned we should be about that. You think you'd be
Yeah.
concerned?
I mean, Pretty Hunters does tend to make like 1 or 2 mistakes every once in a while, and then kind of.
You're calling Austin out. You're saying he makes
Yeah.
mistakes. Austin's
Sometimes.
perfect. He's perfect. All right, we are on to Summer's Rift, and let's take a look at what we have here. We're waiting for them to come on to Summoner's Rift. They aren't in Summoner's Rift yet.
Now it's just a hunch that she might overpower Pretty Huntress, but I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, he has some playing experience. So here we are. We'll see Bangor High School up here logging onto the Rift, and you see Penn Manor waiting anxiously to go rushing onto the Rift.
Now are they going for an invade?
We're going to find out whether they go for an invade or not. So invade means that the jungle, as you know, was divided into 2 sides. It's when you go onto the enemy side, and it looks like what we have here is an invade. So they're going to go in and try to sneak in and see what the other team does. Ironically, if there's an invade, the other team's kind of waiting maybe to do an invade as well.
I think they're on the opposite side.
The opposite side of invade. So you don't actually. This invade probably is not going to happen unless they decide to stick around here and then roll.
Just like last time.
Yeah. So it looks like last time they didn't hang around here a lot. So they may or may not try to go for this blue buff, or this red buff, I guess, and the top side jungle of the red team of Bangor High School. It looks like they're going to wait for that monster to spawn. All right, so we're waiting, and they should spawn pretty soon. We're going to see this monster spawn. They're going to come in. They're going to take it, and then all break away to their various points. All right.
Set is going to be coming up.
Yep. So it looks like there are people being called out, and they're working their way down to bot side. Here's Pretty Huntress in the mid lane. And right now in this early game, they're just kind of, trying to increase their CS, trying to, handle the enemy minions. Maybe some poking that's going on, but not too much action. And notice our bot lane hasn't even shown up to the bot lane yet. So we will get there momentarily. I'm not really worried when you have Akira and Ash. They typically do a fine job there.
Yeah. So it's Final Boss Bowser.
Yeah, so Final Boss Bowser is top lane, I believe. And so he's always fascinating to watch. You'll see him level 2 already and already pushing the enemy back to the tower and making him use a flash to get away.
Wow, again, really? That was just like last game.
Yeah, it was. It was very much like the last game. You see a little bit of a repeat here. So
Last
Yeah.
game we faced Wednesday, they used Nasus, right?
they might have. They might have. That's right.
And we were a little bit scared of it because he was level 200. And
Yeah.
He was able to keep him back very far.
Yeah, he's obviously, it looks like he continues to push him back.
And he's already level 3.
Yeah, so you'll see that. But he's this guy's level 2, so it's not too big. I mean, this is early in the game. That's not a huge, space really. But he is putting pressure on the top tower and the top laner there as Final Boss Bowser kind of just continues to put pressure on him. So the bot lane is having some pressure put on them, and is pushing them back to the tower. Let's take a look at Pretty Huntress here. What's happening in the Pretty Huntress vein?
What's he going to?
And looks like he's up here to kind of. They're trying to gank this guy.
Yeah, they spotted him. Looks like Ari might be coming up. I have to turn on hold. Is this wise? The tower.
Yeah, so it's a good move by them just to kind of keep them away from the crab there in the island, and you'll see that Final Boss Bowser's working his way back up. And this is going to be interesting. This guy's set pretty far up. Will Final Boss Bowser be able to get behind him, and what will that do? It doesn't look like he's going to pursue it much at this point.
I think he's a little bit scared of Alex.
Yeah. Oh, we have a rooting done there, and this is obviously dangerous. Oh, wow. First blood? No, that was close, though. Wasn't that close?
Yeah.
That could have been first blood, and wasn't.
So close.
You can see that even though they're pushed back to the towers, you do see that the farming has gained Penn Manor about 400 gold ahead of the red team. Doesn't mean much as early game, but again, really adds up as you kind of look at gold.
In our last game that we had, it was very, very.
Well, by the end, you were like 10,000 gold ahead, and that's. You'll see again that at the bot side, we have a lot of pressure in the bot tower. We're going to get first kill here, aren't we?
Yeah.
First blood. So congrats to Final Boss Bowser for taking that first kill. He just couldn't get away. He just couldn't get away. Yeah, he buy his own skin. I'm going to get myself a skin. Boy, Final Boss Bowser loves his skins, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's showing off like he's got a whole wardrobe.
Yeah, he does. It's very true. All right, you'll see pressure being put on both. Final Boss Bowser kind of flashes back to the base to buy some items. And you'll see some mobility here. I'm not sure. They're looking to hopefully gank Cannon, and he's not. Is he paying attention? He does get the crab.
How did you not see him go to that bush?
Yeah. So he's able to. He does get away from them. And so I thought for sure he was surrounded. He was going to be down, but he managed to escape.
Yeah, that was a weird interaction.
Yeah. All right. Let's follow this young man. Whoa. I don't know what. My cursor was obviously not doing what it was supposed to be doing. So again, it's hard to know. It looks like Penn Manor right now has a little bit of an edge. They're putting some damage on the towers, which is something we haven't seen from Bangor High School, putting damage on their towers. But it's an early game. 2 kills. Where did the second kill happen? Did I missed that?
Yeah, I think I missed it too.
Maybe it was Akiro down in the south. He might have.
I think it was good playing too.
Okay.
He's heading back.
Yes. Right. So now 3 kills, and they continue to put pressure on the bot towers here, and the bot is low, so
I know you know he was
no, he's very, very low. Like if I were him, I would be like porting back to base at that point. But he looks like he's staying around because he's the only one. He's waiting for Ash to come back because he's the only one defending that tower at this point.
Yeah.
So.
He's got to watch that tower.
Yeah. Here we again have a stun, kind of pushes him back to the tower. Again, some damage being put on the tower by Penn Manor. And getting another plate for just a little bit of extra gold that you need to buy items. You know, this is one of the challenges of League of Legends, is managing your gold to buy the items you want to buy.
Yeah, I don't really try to think about too much. Just
Okay.
Make sure the last hit and, yeah, just buy stuff whenever I recall.
Right. Oh, look, it's like we're on dragons. So it's going to be the first dragons taken by Penn Manor.
Yep, and they got the Mound Dragon, which will raise their magic resistance.
Yeah, so that's always very good. I love the animation for.
It's a skin.
Yeah, it is. You'll see again, Final Boss Bowser putting pressure in the top.
Looks like he's also running Ignite, so yep, he needs to use Ignite as failure. And he ulted
Yeah, absolutely. He manages. Look at how low health he is, though.
He could flash in there and kill him.
He could, but he chose not to. Instead, just to kind of push him back. I don't know why he didn't port back. I think maybe he's worried that he's going to be discovered or called out.
No, I think it's wise to step back. I think he probably was about to die. Our jungler is doing a very good job on the campsite. All the buffs. It looks like they're coming up to gank the jungler.
It looks like they are, but I don't know. They it looks like they have. Are they there?
Nah, he ran away.
Oh yeah. So maybe they'll go for Rift. You think they're gonna go for Rift?
I don't think
I don't
it's
know.
time yet.
No, there's time. They have plenty of time here. All right, as we continue to move here in this, here a rooting done. This could be. There's a flash away, and he's done. He was able to get him in the after effect. Here again, they're going to try and gank, but he flashes away, and it looks like Final Boss Bowser is going to be good. And the pressure again continuing to being put. And oh, look at that. That was a wonderful move.
Yeah, he's doing very well.
You don't want to be on the other end of that. That's for sure.
I sure won't.
No. Here again, let's see here. They continue to eke away at this tower. This tower perhaps is the lowest. If they continue to push, it looks like we're going to get first tower, huh?
Yeah, they're getting all that turret plating gold. It's good.
Yeah, it's great. They're gonna bring this down this time. Ash is close, but is it going to be close enough? We'll see here.
Yeah, our team is already 4 fake gold ahead.
And boom, are they going to do it? And
It's not good.
but barely, almost. You know, there's just a sliver left in that tower.
Yeah. Sucks.
Yeah.
Ash is very low.
Ash is, well, they're both porting back here. And they have a little bit of a area. They have a couple minions up. There's minions that are on the way that kind of protect it. And we'll see that Annie's on her way back as well. So
We're just protect for a minute.
what was that?
Their jungler came up.
Yeah.
Help protect.
So here they're going to actually get a plate or two.
Looks like Set teleported up there. Set and their jungler are coming in to gank pretty huntress.
All right. Oh, look at that. And Akiro is on a rampage. And it looks like we're going to get first turret was destroyed. And
I think we're about to get Herald.
I think Harold is gotten already.
Yeah, we got it.
So kudos to Penn Manor for that. So where do you think they're going to drop the Rift? Is Rift going to be dropped top? Top would make sense.
Mid lane always gets dropped.
A mid lane
I think he's just gonna save it there for a minute.
for a little bit till they
Because
actually
Final
put some
Boss
pressure.
Bowser was the one that got the Rift Home, I'm pretty sure. We'll be able to see which one we got it.
All right. You'll see them kind of coming up here, mid laner, kind of flashing away, and kind of in pursuit. And we'll see what happens with it. They actually break off pursuit at this point. Final Boss Bowser, again, continuing to put pressure on that top laner. Really, it looks like a game that's in Penn Manor's control at this point.
Yeah.
You see a lot of good plays and just pushing the other team back. Of course, anything can happen. After that top lane has been pushed, the bottom lane, tower is taken. It gives the freedom for Akiro and Ash to kind of roam around a little bit.
Because it's very dangerous to be on, like, you know, that kind of stretch of area. Where there's no tower to protect you, you're getting attacked.
All right, so there's a call for the mid. They're going to try and bring down mid a little bit. And again, there's here in the top, but if we can get mid down, they're going to be dropping the Rift Herald, right? But this looks like it could be a. Well, he didn't actually follow it up with a flash or
He
anything.
flashed the enemy flash out of his hole.
Yeah, so only so much you can do then. All right, looks like someone's coming. Cannon's on the dragon, but looks like this warp is thinking that he can maybe do something about it. Cannon's a little bit in trouble here, but the warp's there. It looks like he's stunned, and I don't know that that warp's going to get out of it.
He should have kept on going.
He should have.
Maybe just didn't have enough mana.
But they're actually continuing to pursue warped here. And my guess, are they going to get warp? He's kind of, they're going to let warp go. But there's actually, they might actually pursue this here. So he flashes a little bit out of the way here.
Did everybody else die?
No, I don't think so. Well, 1, 2, we have two deaths.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can look at that.
But so it looks like deaths in both teams, 3 deaths for Penn Manor, but Penn Manor still ahead in kills, and obviously the goal lead is quite significant at this point of the game. So what are they thinking? They're going to go Rift or?
I don't know at this point. I think we should just wait and see.
Yeah, we're going to find and see what Final Boss Bowser's going to do. It's 2 towers down, 3 towers down on Penn Manor's side.
Now, Final Boss Bowser is the one guy on our team who kind of orchestrates everything. He kind of calls
Yeah,
out
he's
fights.
definitely the shot caller for the team.
He helps our team fight.
Now you'll see that Red's down here in tower, but let's see. I think we're going to see some sort of fight
Our
here.
juggler might try to go in and smite him.
Yeah, well, let's see. Red team has slain the dragon, so they weren't able to stop the dragon from being slain. So, grats to Bangor High School for doing that, but we'll see what the result is of that.
I don't think there's much we could have done there anyway.
No, you could have risked it, I guess, but. So each team has a dragon, and but the towers still are heading toward Penn Manor. They might go for mid tower here.
Did they summon a Impale again?
Did they?
Yeah, they summoned Impale, but I didn't really see any significance or.
Yeah, me neither. So. Yeah, they're going to get mid here at this point. This is the time. There's not much of a fight here, and we see that he's down and another one's down, and they might pursue this to bring this just a little bit further.
Yeah, that was well played.
Is this cyberbullying?
We need this tower too.
They're going to get this tower, so nice job, Penn Manor, continuing to push forward here.
You think they're gonna wait or?
No, they're just going to continue to push in.
With only like 2 minions.
Yeah, 2 minions are going to come in, put some damage on the tower here. They are going to pull back because there is no minions. Final Boss Bowser kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and he's like, I'm going in.
He's like, this guy's dead.
Yeah.
There's no stopping me. Wow.
Wow. Something that I don't think know that that's a move I would have done. They're going to go in here for the inhibitor, and then it's going to be a weak point for Bangor High School. They're going to have to. It looks like they're going to go for the Baron at this point.
Yeah.
And that's actually a pretty good move. All right. They're flashing back. They took the Baron, and now this is going to be, I believe this is going to be endgame once we're at that point. All right, we see them coming back out of the base and moving up through the mid lane, and we're going to see Penn Manor push into the final tower, into the final base, and we'll see what sort of progress is made if Bangor can hold them off. But it looks doubt for Bangor High School. Here again, Final Boss Bowser going in for the kills, pushing Bangor High School back. Again, there's one minion, but hey, who needs minions when you're so far ahead in the gold level? 10K gold ahead of the other team, and that obviously gives Penn Manor a distinct advantage, not only in level but also just in items.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah. Oh, look, we're dropping the rift. Yep, and this is it. They even killed the tower before, so
Are they gonna get Dancing Rift Herald?
they probably are. They have Dancing Rift Herald, and they're going to come in, and it's brutal for Bangor High School, and Herald's still alive.
Just remember that we only got the Dancing Rift Herald one time.
Now look at that, and boom, there we are. There we have it, and it's going in for the another tower yet. Oh man, that was beautiful. Oh yeah, almost got him in. But I think this is it for Bangor High School, and they're going to take down this tower, and they're going to take the Nexus, and it will be all over but the crying for Bangor High School. Yeah. So congrats to PM League of Legends for a job well done and executing a wonderful, wonderful game.
Yeah. Now it's time for the second match.
Yeah, so we're going to head into the second match here just momentarily.
I'm going to be playing.
All right, we will catch you in a little bit.
I'm still alive. What? She's not letting us farm as well. No.
All schools closed for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was fun. Also, if you guys get Dancing Rift Herald. Oh, and it's really not a challenge. I saw.
welcome back to Penn Manor League of Legends. We just found out a moment ago that all Pennsylvania schools are off for 2 weeks, so we don't know what that does to the tournament. But I'm guessing it's going to delay the tournament 2 weeks. What do you want to bet?
That is actually very amazing. I didn't even hear that information.
You didn't? So you're just finding it out now on the stream?
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about it over there. You just never listened to us. That's just what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about last game, how that played out. It was you guys did a beautiful job again. Not quite as fluid. The last games we watched, you were kind of moving as a pack. It wasn't quite the same, but still doing a really nice job in that game. Any comments on that game?
Last game was a landslide because last game, if you guys didn't watch, you should go check it out. If you didn't watch last game, they played Ash. In this game, they played Ash. Don't play Ash.
Don't play.
That's my trick.
That's your advice. Don't play. I like playing Ash though. Ash can be played very
You
effectively.
can play Ash and be really good, but these ones aren't.
I watched Jared, our coach, decimate people with Ash. Yeah, so yeah, he's walking by as I speak about it. So I know that Ash can be played well.
Yes, Ash can be played very well, but if you're just starting off here, Ash is like very hard champion to get to play. But other than Ash playing, just not being good as a champion, unless you one trigger, their supports, the ADC and support were big problems in their situation. They weren't getting any value out of the lane pushes. They were being too aggressive. And other than that, the top laners, he was getting bullied by Alex a lot. I feel like
Did you feel bad for him?
kind of, but I felt even worse for the Kazakhs, the enemy jungler. Whenever we found him in the top lane, me and Jared will always rotate onto River and just murder him.
It was, and that's frustrating. And so, for many players coming into League of Legends is new this year for many teams, and it's quite possible that Bangor High School is this is a new thing for them. And young players, it's hard. It's hard. I mean, League of Legends is not a game you just walk in and play. I mean, like many first-person shooters, right? I mean, there's a learning curve when you play this game.
Yes, there is a huge learning curve. You have to learn a lot of stuff about League.
Yeah. I tell people I've been playing League for a year and maybe understand about 75%. I feel like there's still a 25%, some of the nuances that can really make or break you getting into higher levels, higher elos. But.
So, another thing with last game, I don't think the enemies knew you can trade champions, so they picked top mid and then top jungle then mid, as now they're going ADC jungle and then support, which is very good for them.
Right. So Warwick's in on the jungle. We have Trundle in the jungle. So he's been Braun's been loving that Trundle. He likes Trundle jungle.
He does love it. I don't blame him. He's a pretty good jungler.
Well, and he's doing well at it. I mean, he was helping with gangs. It was a pretty nice thing here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So bans are all in. They're banning Lux, but we don't really play Lux.
That's Teemo.
Yeah, it's Teemo there. And obviously, we're not playing Misfortune this time.
No, we are not. I think last game, we got very, very cocky in that game. We knew once we found out that the Ashe was 0-6, we could just do whatever we want and get away with it essentially. So we were kind of disorganized throughout the entire game in a way.
So you're saying you played sloppy in that game?
Yeah, we played sloppy.
And you were able to because of what the enemy team was doing, but probably not ideal. You won't be able to get away, going against Bishop McDevitt, for example.
No, definitely not.
So they're going to give a much more solid run for it. Mm-hmm. Well, we are about 3.5 minutes away from going on to Summoner's Rift itself, and when you look at the opposing team, what was the biggest challenge for you with them?
Biggest challenge, probably.
Yeah, you're struggling here, but
probably doing objectives. Team fights and objectives. We couldn't really group up in team fights as much as we wanted to because we always wanted to go for someone who was out of position on their side, but then they always grouped up in position, and we were out of position when they were grouped up.
Right.
And then Objectives, they stalled for a little bit, but we got it anyways.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? So we'll see. We'll see here in about a little under 2 minutes till we a little under 3 minutes, I should say, until we get on to Summoner's Rift. Um, so you typically are the mid laner.
Hmm.
So as you look at the mid lane, what are you aware of as a mid laner? What are you tracking? What are you keeping an eye on as you play the mid lane?
As a mid lane, I actually pay attention to a lot of things, but more things prioritize. One being the mini map. I always look at how far each lane is pushed up, and if I'm able to push my lane up to help them in their lane or something.
So being able to jump from lane to lane if you need to.
I also look at time objectives. Occasionally, I'll press tab to see how far Dragon, Rift, and red and blue buffs are up. And then, other than that, the most important thing I watch for is enemy health and mana. Because if the enemy has no mana, I know I can push them without getting punished, unless the enemy jungler is nearby.
Right. So that's the other thing. Being mid laner, you have to be aware of where that jungler's at if you can, at all costs, and that's done through warding and just map awareness.
Yeah.
That mini map. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten hurt because I wasn't paying as good of attention on that mini map,
Yeah.
and that can make or break you.
It's hard to pay attention to the mini map though, because there's a huge screen and there's just a little square at the
Right,
bottom.
right. It's true. And you're like, okay, I'm on the action. You're focused on what you're doing, but you do have to be aware of that because that can also make or break the game.
Indeed.
Knowing that is, and it's just par for the course, I guess. So, do you have what's your trick to not getting ganked in the mid lane?
So typically, I like a minute or two into the first minion wave, I'll set up a ward on where the objectives are least completed in. So I know if I have a ward near where a lot of objectives are, that's probably where the jungler is gonna be. So then I will play around the ward since I have vision on the ward. So if I do see them coming, I can fall out faster. As if I played on the opposite side of the ward, I can just get ganked from the bush side.
Right, right. So we'll see here. So 30 seconds here till we get into Summoner's Rift. All these phone calls coming in because of notifications that this school's closed for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2
Ooh.
weeks, yeah. So it was initially for 1 week, but they decided that, the governor overrode what our school said. The lick lighter and the crew here at Penn Manor said, "Oh, 1 week, we'll wait and see." And then the governor said, "Nope, all schools closed for 2 weeks."
Oh, so we're out for 2 weeks?
Yeah, we're out for. I just told you that. You never listened to me, but yeah, we're out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's why I'm failing all my classes. I don't listen to teachers.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't know anything.
He's not failing his classes. He wouldn't be playing today if he didn't fail his class. Let's take a look at this again. You'll see this is probably their biggest, the one that we worry about the most, with a level of 114, right?
Yes, but the thing is, even though they are level 114, it doesn't matter if they're level 1, 100, 200, etc. As long as we prioritize our objectives around that certain champion, we can probably get them completed faster than if we ignored him. Because in team fights, we'll try and go for their strongest character and then finish off the rest instead of getting easy picks off the weaker people, because we wasted all of our mana on the weaker guys, not letting us get any strong.
We're going to do an invade here. Look at that. They're coming in. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, they're coming in. Boom, right there.
He is invisible. They do not see him.
They don't see him. They're all hanging around him. It's beautiful. Look at that. But they're coming in for the invade, and now they're going to put pressure on, and there's not much he can do. They're going to go in for the first kill.
They get the first blood. Teemo
should be running. Well, he's hiding again, so they may not even see him.
Yeah, Teemo's passive ability is to go invisible, which is very annoying if you know how to play him.
Right. Oh, but he's moving now, and
they saw the Teemo. They're forming a trap on him, but they find out that's not worth it because it's probably a trap if they walk in for it. They're gonna steal their red buff and then go back to lane.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen here. Teemo's still working around. They're hiding, and But they see where the Teemo's at. It
It
looks,
looks like Soraka and Ari might be forming up to help Teemo in this fight.
yeah, there's a 3
Along
here,
with the
but we'll see.
Warwick, they might have a huge team fight at minute 30.
So they get the red buff, and they're going to go back to their base and try and avoid everything. And you'll see the bot laners breaking off to the bot lane. And everyone kind of is heading their own way now.
So great start off at Penn Manor with a 6K gold, with almost a 6K gold league.
Well, yeah.
Wait, no.
Well, probably away is 1K.
0.6.
Yeah, 0.6. Almost a K. Almost a K gold lead.
Almost a K.
Right. So who are we seeing? Who's playing bot? Who's playing mid lane instead of you? That is
that'll
final
be
boss.
Final boss Bowser playing Katarina. Katarina is like a very fast assassin-like character. She throws a dagger and does a spin attack and does a lot of AoE damage.
I was really impressed the last time with how well Owen had held the top lane in your last game. Not the one that you just played, but
Yes.
on Wednesday when you were playing. So it's exciting to see him kind of rise up and do this. You'll see that the bot lane is putting some pressure on the bot tower, pushing the minion wave back toward the tower,
Yes.
showing that they are kind of in control. Penn Manor, we are in control of that bot lane. Mid lane are also being pushed back. Only lane that's not being pushed back is really the lane that Owen is, but he just arrived back up there, so
Yeah.
that's
so he's
bound
gonna
to
be set back
change.
a bit there.
Yeah, so he's going to step back a little bit because they were all working on the gank down in the bottom lane, or in the jungle, that is.
Yes. I like how Owen's playing recently. He's playing like I'm not sure if he knows this, but he's actually freezing the lane on his tower, which is helping him get the CS lead on enemies.
Right.
'Cause he's only going for the champion when the minions are at his tower because he knows the enemy champion can't go in without getting hit by tower.
Right.
So
It is some smart playing by Owen, and I too, I was complimenting him on that. I said, he played really well. I've seen a real improvement in Owen's playing style.
Yes. Ooh, Alex going in for a kill here. He gets charmed though.
Yeah,
Not being able to get a kill.
Yeah, so that will stop you from being charmed. Being charmed will get you. Will stop it every time. Now let me ask you this: psychologically, you lose the first game of a match. How hard is it to keep your head in the game for the second game? For the second.
That's pretty hard because if you lose, you're probably gonna be like intimidated that the enemies are like stronger than you, so you're gonna feel like you can't do as good as you.
It is. There's a little bit of psychology that I'm sure goes into it that you're putting pressure on yourself. Doesn't mean that. I mean, everyone starts out the same. You could technically beat the other team. It's just that psychologically you now have this against you.
And you know that you have only one chance left to beat them, right? Or is this best of 5?
No, this is best of 3.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it's a best of 3 map. I don't think we're playing 5.
Yeah, if you lose the first one in best of 3, you know that you have one chance to bring it back, otherwise you lose
Right.
it all. So you're going to be playing more careful as you normally would.
Oh,
Looks like Penn Manor's going to get a second kill, unless
maybe they kind of let him go.
if Alex had his Q up, he would have been able to finish it.
Well, Morgana was coming down to kind of help him out here, so
Yeah.
they are pushed up into the jungle in the Blues jungle quite a bit up here. And you'll see that cannon's just kind of pulling. It's going to take the red buff here.
Penn Manor is at a 1,000 gold lead against them right now, which is very good for us right now.
But a lot of that coming from the first kill.
Yeah.
You'll see Owen up there at the top, really coming in to kind of push.
And it looks
The
like
blue back.
Jared is actually setting up for a gank here.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much of a gank he is when you're that close to the tower, unless he comes up around the back here.
Yeah. If you are gonna be doing that, you need minions in order to chunk block the tower hits. And it looks like they're going in for the gank on the top here. Set uses his flash to get out of the gank alive, which is very good.
Right.
Alex going in for a kill. Teemo is rooted. He is very low at less than almost 300 health. Teemo hiding in the bushes, using his invisibility to stalk out his enemies.
Right. Yeah, but the enemy is low in health, and that's going to be a challenge for them for as Ash and Akiro. Although Akiro's low in health too.
Yeah,
for that
he's
matter.
running pretty low in mana, so what I think is going to happen here is he's going to fall back at along with either with or without Julie, because Julie can either hold the lane while Jerio recalls, or they can both recall and come back at the same time, get a big push in.
Yeah, so it looks like that Akiro's not going to recall, but they're going to continue to push the bot lane there. Top lane being pushed. Owen's doing a great job of keeping the minions toward the enemy base. And
It looks like the enemy Warwick is being hunted down by our Trundle.
yeah, a lot of good pressure happening from the jungle as well. It looks like that we are attempting a dragon here.
Yep,
So
and
you're going
it
to
looks
see
like
Ash.
everyone's falling in on it. We have Ash, we have Jerio, we have Alex coming in.
There's really no chance that the enemy has.
Yeah,
to
they don't
kinda-
even know we're on it because they have no wards up there.
Yep, so they're just here doing their own thing. But meanwhile, we get the dragon.
And now is where Alex and Julie will do their respawn and reset and push bot again. Owen is doing a really good job at keeping the top laner at bay. The only thing that can stop him here is probably the enemy gank, because although Owen is doing a great job at top lane, he does have a problem without warding.
So he doesn't really know what's happening down there in the bot.
No, he doesn't. I mean,
It looks like they did put a ward down there, so you would be aware of someone coming up the river at least.
yeah. Typically, he wouldn't be placing wards, but now that I think he's learning a lot from his lessons, but from his previous ganks, he needs to place wards more. It looks like Alex is going in for a kill, uses his ultimate and gets it right away.
Yeah.
Alex catching Arya, far pushed up pretty far, being able to hit her for a bit of gold.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see the blue team that Bangor High School has pushed up the bot lane a little bit, but really not a huge concern from the level of Akiro and Ash as they kind of are pushing.
Yes.
In fact, they might even go for a kill here. Look
Ooh.
at that. Whoa.
Jerio getting a kill with his ultimate.
Wow. That is pretty wicked.
It is.
Not for Bangor High School, but for
Oh,
Penn
no.
Manor.
Penn Manor, that
That was a nice kill for them.
Alrighty. Bot lane is pushed up pretty far. They have a ward on Riverbush, which is good for them because they know when ganks are coming, so they can fall out easily.
Right.
They have minions to take hits from the tower, and they're just poking at the team of hopefully getting him low enough, so forcing him to recall. Oh, he gets eliminated right away.
Oh, not good for him. So there's going to be pressure continuing
Alex
to go back.
going in for a kill in mid.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks like looks like they're setting up for a Rift Herald attack.
Yeah, it looks like they're coming down for the rift, and you'll see them kind of converge on Shelly as they're attacking Shelly here. And
The enemy team has no idea what they're doing. So it's just like, oh, top lane's
Yeah.
gone. Time for push.
yeah,
This is very good for Penn Manor here.
it is. And part of it is I don't think there's a ward. Blue has a ward in the river, but not near Shelly itself.
Nope.
So they do get it, and it's hard to. Where do you think they're going to drop it? You said the mid lane is typically where you drop.
Yeah, we always drop it on mid lane or top lane. We never drop it bot lane. We always drop it mid lane because we know if we have control over mid lane, we can push out left or right, and we have enough mobility to get out ganks if they come in from left or right. And it looks like Penn Manor gets another kill off the top laner.
Right.
Penn Manor 0-6, not looking too fresh. They summon the Rift Herald on mid lane, and we're gonna push in for it. We're gonna push in 2 towers, hopefully.
Yeah, you'll see they're putting some damage on that. Whether it'll be, they may not be able to bring it down the whole way, but they'll put some significant damage. Certainly get some plates out of the deal, which of course gives them, just increases their gold lead.
Yep.
All the higher.
Oh yes, looks like almost a 4K lead in gold, isn't it?
Yeah. See, it is a 4K lead. So So you see that they pushed the minions up, and this is going to give them time to do some damage on the tower.
And they might be able to take 2 turret planings, but 1 is guaranteed for them.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like 2 turret planings on bot tower, and they should be able to recall here.
Right.
Trundle is doing a minion CS for Owen while he's recalled, which is what you need to do as jungle. If someone's recalling and you know that they're gonna take a while to come back, it's okay to take their minions because
Right. It keeps
otherwise,
pressure.
yeah, it keeps the experience flow going essentially.
Right.
And now that Owen's back on top lane, he's gonna go and do some jungle.
Right. Which is as it should be.
Alex is applying a lot of pressure on the mid laner here. Oh, he gets charmed. He gets hit by a tower, and he's gonna flash out there. Not
Flash
flash
out,
out.
get out of it.
He's gonna dash out, not flash out.
Yeah.
Oh, Jared finding the enemy jungler in their blue side.
1v1 in the jungle, but it's no contest.
Nope.
I mean, Cannon, when you look at Cannon right now, he is, what's the level difference that we see here? Level 8 to...
I think they are level 7 or 6. Level 6.
Yeah, so 2 level difference. It makes it a little bit harder for the enemy jungle to counteract that, right?
Yeah. It's also really hard for junglers to level up, but Jared proves that otherwise, apparently. Everyone level not 8 and higher. Looks like Teemo is gonna get shut down unless unless the Soraka heals her.
Yeah. So they're working. Looks like Cannon got caught out by a tower a little bit.
They should know that Jared will be going down either to do Raptors or to gank them. Hopefully the enemies realize this when if they look at their minimap. Owen applying a lot of pressure to the set. I don't think the enemies are too happy with what in the situation they are in here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's 9 kills to 0, and that's
Oh, yeah.
it certainly doesn't bode well for them. And we have a tower, and it's just
Alex finding the enemy jungler out. He gets the kill.
yeah, almost charmed away, but
That's the thing with Alex and his Katarina. He knows how to play Katarina, and Katarina is a very skillful player. You get 1 kill, all your abilities reset, and then
wow, they just she flashes away, but they're gonna let him go.
I don't.
Maybe they're gonna go to jungle. I think they're
They're
gonna
gonna
go to
set
the
up
dragon.
for a dragon here. Yep.
Might as well.
Yep. Might as well. They're down 2 people. Teemo is recalling here, so they're gonna be down a person in team fight here. The only people I can contest here is Warwick and Ari. Nope.
And not even a contest, as we saw the end of that dragon fight there.
Yep.
I just realized I can put this down. This doesn't need to be up.
Now that the Windrakes have taken control of the map, walking through the jungle will be so much easier with the speed boost here. This could be really helpful for objective completion and the enemy jungler getting his objectives completed. Owen playing aggressively there, which is really nice. I like to see that on him.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially for a new player like him to kind of have that under his belt.
Yep. Seth uses his flash to
He's
get
like,
out.
I'm out of here. There's 2 creatures up there. I'm not hanging around.
No, I think it looks like the enemy team is very intimidated. Oh, a gank coming in from the enemy side. Is this going to be the first kill from Penn Manor?
Maybe. They're trying to get away.
Trundle getting healed by the sword.
Oh, but he is shut down. Barely, but it's a 1-for-1 exchange.
Oh, the first loss of Penn Manor.
I know.
Jared Brom.
He was doing his darndest to get away, too. But there was nothing he could do.
We can't blame him. He played really well there.
And they were outmatched. It was like 4 or 5. It was like 4 to 2 or something like that.
It was 4 to 2 there, I think, or maybe 3 to 2. I couldn't tell.
It looks like we're gonna get another. Well, maybe we won't get another tower here.
Oh, he's gonna be stunned there. Katarina going in for the attack, getting hit by tower. He knows that it's not worth it if the tower is there.
Oh, but we do get. He flashes away.
He's going in for a triple kill.
Right.
No, he.
Yeah.
He needs to play his cards right. He can go in for the triple kill. He just needs to. He just doesn't trust himself in order to get this.
Yeah.
Katarina can do a 1v9 in any game, as long as you play your cards right.
So a lot of pressure being put on the mid lane, but top lane, constant pressure putting in by Owen, and then we still have the bot lane are still putting pressure in the bot lane. Those towers have not fallen, although the bot lane tower is pretty close. It's really the top lane tower that is the strongest of the enemy towers yet.
Yeah, right about now, we have 2 towers taken down on mid, right? So, it's minute 16. We have a lot of map control. Instead of Owen being on top lane, he should be rotating bot lane and participating in team fights and pushing the Nexus so we can complete the game much faster. Owen, Alex going in for a kill, using his ultimate, getting a double kill from Timo and Warwick. They're going to be pushing in the bot tower all the way.
Yeah, I think bot tower is gone. As they continue to move and
Looks like
take
Trundle
hold of
is
this
going
map.
in for Ari here. He is not going to be able to get it, though.
No,
Ari
he's able
uses her
to-
ultimate to get out.
Right.
Soraka coming in to support the Ari. Alex going in to pick off the Soraka who was
Right.
not looking.
And
He goes in for the Ari, gets the Ari.
the double kill. Nice. Nicely done.
It looks like Jared is being a little too aggressive with that push, unless he was just baiting the Timo in.
Which
Alex
is what he
going
was
in.
doing.
He's getting suppressed. Oh, he has no abilities up right now.
Yeah. So it was a great move to kind of draw him out there like
Yeah.
he did. That was obviously
That was
planned.
a huge bait in from Penn Manor there.
But really didn't really get much out of that.
Nah,
It
sadly,
was fun to watch.
sadly they had a stun up ready for him.
Yeah.
Ooh, Penn Manor at a 11k gold difference
Yeah,
here.
it's pretty rough. It's going to be hard for Bangor High School to come back from this. As they continue to put pressure here on the bot lane.
It looks like Timo's gonna get shut down. Poor buddy. Ooh. It's like the elementary school dodgeball game that you.
It is like, okay, let me get out of this. Let me get out of this. He was like, I got to keep going.
Looks like Timo's gonna recall here. Smart play from him.
Yeah.
Ooh. Owen playing very aggressively. Uses his flash. That was very wise. He was
Yes.
probably not gonna make it out if Set uses his ultimate there. Oh, looks like
Oh.
Alex coming in for the kill on top lane.
Oh, nicely done. Nicely done. This is definitely Penn Manor's game. They've controlled the map. They have 1 tower, 2 lane towers, both in the top that are left.
Oh, it looks like Warwick is going in for a kill. It is not working out for him. Oh, man.
Wow.
Getting shut down by Penn Manor, Senna, and Jin.
So you think they're going to just leave the top lane alone?
Yeah, I don't think Owen should not be going to top lane anymore. They already have map control. Though it looks like they're going to be setting up for Dragon. Owen will teleport in, hopefully. No, they got the Dragon. He's just going to...
He's going to go into the. He's going to go
yeah,
top.
yeah, he's just going to go top. I mean, why not? I mean, they can fight. They can do their own fights there.
Are they going to be getting set up for the Baron soon?
It looks like it. 20 seconds on the clock. They might not do it right away, but they will do it. It looks like Alex is hunting down this Timo. He is thirsty for blood.
Yes, he is. And
Ooh, Alex looks like he's getting caught out here.
he is. They're kind of surrounding him. He has to be careful.
He knows he can get him.
But
Alex
there is
gets a
a-
kill, and
there
then
is a-
goes in for Timo. Alex gets a double kill off the Timo.
Yeah, beautiful done. Beautifully done. As
Looks like
they're-
Soraka is pushed up way too far past the tower. No minions to block for her.
and they're pushing into the base here. What are they going to do?
It looks like I don't think they're gonna they're gonna take the tower and then do a reset because Owen is up top and then Alex he's also pushing it. They're gonna take the inhibitor and they might actually push it all the way here actually.
They could.
Good push in from Penn
Yeah.
Manor. They get an inhibitor and a Warwick kill. Looks like Timo is not
Oh,
retarded for
he
that.
was killed.
Jin
Just-
going for an ultimate, gets a hit off. Ari pushed up way too far. She gets shut down. Oh, no. She gets survived, but then gets killed. And then Soraka surviving by 20 health gets shut down by the Senna ultimate.
Oh.
It looks like Penn Manor is resetting here. No, they're setting up for Baron. How much more can they bully this team?
No, they're going to be pushing this team all around. If they get the Baron, it's over. It's the end of the game.
Yeah, it looks like the enemy team is actually holding back the minions because they know if they let the minions in, they're going to lose the